What is going on, everybody? Today we are going to be talking about e-commerce, lead gen, manipulation, and lead nurturing, ascension funnels, and churn. That was a lot. That was a lot of buzzwords for you there. But I have taken out my camera because I'm noticing that it is huge. So we're gonna take it down. Unfortunately, you guys can't see my huge fucking traps when I do this, so we're gonna take it down. But first, lead gen. So lead. Ooh, I like black more than I like purple. Lead is person, whether this be someone that we are selling a product to, someone that we're selling info to, someone that we are selling a service to, whatever. Lead person, okay? Just so we have that clear cut and communicated before we get this going, we're going to talk about generating them. Also, I'm going to try and do this in one take. We're going to try and do no cuts. We're going to talk about generating them, generate the lead, one. We're going to talk about closing. Oh, fuck. Wait, 2 should be nurture. Sorry. We're going to talk about nurturing them. And then we're talking about 3, closing them. And then 4, the coolest one, we're going to talk about the difference between manipulation and persuasion. Persuasion. Because I want you to think about this. When you are selling a service, product, or info, whatever, to somebody, you are manipulating them. Whether you like it or not, it is true. You are manipulating said person to buy. The thing is, you can be one of 2 people. You can be this guy, or you can be this guy. This guy's got devil horns on him, and he's always angry. Well, he doesn't have to be angry. He could be rich as fuck and whatever. And then we have this guy who is happy and he is persuading them. He's not manipulating them, right? So, thing is, when you are trying to close a lead, sell a service, sell a product to a customer, whatever it is, you can think of it kind of like a table, okay? And this table is a long feast of food. That doesn't really matter, but it's a long table. I want to get the point across. I want to visualize in your head that this table is long, okay? And you and your prospective client in this scenario are going to be sitting on chairs that have 4 legs. You're sitting on chairs on the other side of the table. And basically, you're going to try and get this guy right here. Let's say his name is Patrick. None of you guys are named Patrick, so let's go with Zach, because one of you had to be named Zach, right? If you're named Zach, throw a comment down below. But we're going to try and get Zach to get on the same side of the table as us. Boom. And we want to get him to sit right next to us, okay? Now, this video is going to be talking about how, wow, we are 3 minutes into the intro. Wow, if you guys are watching this, you really must fucking find this entertaining or informative or something. We have to try to get him to the other side of the table. And that is what nurturing is. So, how can you first get the lead? Well, it's very conditional, and it depends on exactly what you're selling. The thing is, first, we want to figure out the root cause of their problem. Okay, so we need to figure out what the problem is. Let's say mine is that I have very bad, this is unfortunate, but it came to the top of my head, so we're going to be using it for the rest of this video, and we're going to use you as the example. Let's say you, Zach, watching this video, have very bad erections, okay? And you just can't get up, bro. Like, you just can't get up. Like, for some reason, you can't. Like, your girl, she just fucking hates her life because you can't do anything. You can't please her, whatever. That is your problem. Your problem is that you can't get hard, bro. So, we have to obviously figure out why this problem exists, and we have to go down, kind of think of this like a tree, and it's got bark and shit. We have to go down to the dirt level of the problem, the roots, right? Even down deeper into the roots of this problem. Okay, so you can think of it kind of like, okay, like maybe like he can't get hard because he's nervous. Okay, or it's like new girlfriend, whatever. Okay, but this is all pretty surface level. Okay, and there's a billion different reasons you might not be able to get hard, Zach. But we want to find the main reason. And the way we're going to do this is by doing a lot of research, okay? We're going to really have to understand our avatar here, okay? Because at the end of the day, this is an avatar. This is a person that we're selling a product, service, or info to. Product, service, info. That's kind of fire. Okay? Product, service, info. Product, service, info. PSI. The PSI. We're trying to sell him our PSIs here, okay? But we have to figure out his root problem. We have to look at our specific avatar here, who is Zach, who can't get hard, and we have to figure out exactly why he can't get hard, right? Is it because he can't get hard, or is it because he can't have an erection, or he can't like stay hard? Like what is it? You know what I mean? Like, is he able to get hard then can't keep it? Whatever. Okay, so there's many different avatars, but let's say we find the avatar and he just can't. Like, he literally can't get hard. Okay, is it because he's nervous? Is it because it's a new girlfriend? Is it psychologically induced? Is it psychologically induced? Is it erectile dysfunction, maybe even? Okay. And you can see that we're getting deeper and deeper every time. But as we continue to do more and more research, we're eventually going to find something untapped. Something that we have never seen before. And maybe this one is called porn-induced erectile dysfunction. Or maybe like OnlyFans induced. And basically because you are watching so much bad content, you literally can't get hard anymore when you're with your girl. Because you're so addicted to it. Maybe because you've been watching it since you were 15 years old or 13 years old, and every night you've been going to bed and you've been having to, please yourself by watching these heinous videos online. Maybe for that reason, you aren't able to stay hard. So we found our main problem, and now is our root cause, okay? Now we need to figure out our solution mechanism, okay? So again, this is going to be more e-com related, but I also want to go into like real business and like business operations and shit, because I have my e-com, I have the fulfillment company, I have the personal brand. So we got three fucking things going right here. But let's say we're talking about e-com specifically right now, because a lot of you guys watching this video are going to be e-com, but I want to branch out of e-com eventually. So we have our avatar with his root desire. We need to then find the solution mechanism to this. And the solution mechanism isn't necessarily about, it's not necessarily about the product that we're selling or the service info. It's literally the hypothetical theory to solving this problem. So let's say, let me think of an example right now. Let's say you have a really long ingrown toenail, and that shit really hurts. How can you not have a hurt ingrown toenail? It's probably to cut the ingrown toenail, to get a clipper and to cut it off. That is the hypothetical situation of if I wanted to not have a toenail that was hurting me, I had a hangnail, whatever, I would cut off the hangnail. Okay, so it's the hypothetical solution to the root cause. So we need to figure out our solution mechanism. What is the solution mechanism here to having porn-induced erectile dysfunction? Well, probably pretty simple here, is to not watch the P word. Don't watch it. That is the solution mechanism, okay? Now, of course, it's pretty hard to sell someone, a service, a product but we could sell a service here, like we could sell, like, we're going to help you not do the P word. But we have our solution mechanism. And after we know the hypothetical of how we can actually solve the problem. Okay, sorry, I have background music, and I thought you guys could hear it, and I didn't want you guys to hear my background music because it's really annoying. Anyways, we have the solution mechanism. Now we just have to create a product around that. Okay, so let's say the hypothetical is to stop watching the P word. Okay, we have to develop a product, maybe a supplement or a service, whatever, around that root cause and solution mechanism. Okay, so we can kind of brainstorm here, but of course, we would have to do a ton of market research. We would have to look up what porn-induced erectile dysfunction is, OnlyFans-induced erectile dysfunction is, etc. But we're going to do research to understand what our lead wants. Once we figure out the root cause and the solution mechanism, we know how we can generate our lead. We need to speak his language. We need to create ads or organic content that is going to really speak to our specific avatar here. Because as Hormozy, the goat, says, the riches are in the niches. Niches. They say how I said niches to make it rhyme because it's cool. The riches are in the niches. It sounds like I said the N-word. I didn't say the N-word. Okay. But the riches are in the niches there. Okay. And we want to find our avatar. And so we have our avatar. Now we need to nurture the avatar. So in the e-com world, nurturing is going to be funnels. Funnels and awareness levels. Can I get out of here? It's got a red arrow to really keep you understanding. In the e-com world, nurturing is going to be funnels. Okay? And it's going to be the 5 awareness levels. So in our 5 stages of awareness levels, not only do we have these, we have our pre-landers, as I was mentioning earlier before I fucked up what I was saying. And we have our top, our middle, and our bottom, etc. And all of these will send to different types of pre-landers, right? You can have VSLs as the ad creative that is going to really cause the attention and the problem aware. And we can send them to something like an advertorial that is going to educate while selling to that customer. So it's going to have a headline that's going to tell them the exact problem that they have or the exact desire that they're looking to solve. And it's going to be a long string of text and images that are just going crazy about a first person or third person story or something that they heard that is going to literally speak directly to them off of, again, the research that we have done. Because you cannot just create an advertorial by going on ChatGPT and Claude now and please make me advertorial given these 4 foundational documents, the offer brief, the market research that we did with OpenAI, ChatGPT 5. What else is there? The beliefs, I think, was one of them, and something else. Here are my 4 foundational documents. Can you please create me an advertorial? Like, you can't just do that, okay? Like, it's not how this works because it's a skill. You have to understand your customer demographic and your specific avatar that you are going to sell to in order to write this advertorial. So, an advertorial, which I'm not going to pull up because most people aren't knowing this are going to understand that, this is how we're going to nurture them. So not only do we have our advertorial, we can have our listicles, which again is like a 10 reasons why you need XYZ, okay? And then not only that, we have like shop content hubs. Where's this thing? Like shop content hub, which is like literally exactly what you think it would be. It would just be a hub of like the shop and then content with it. You kind of think of that like a normal PDP, but literally flipped upside down. Like imagine the PDP that you're running probably on Shrine, which you shouldn't be using Shrine. You should probably be using like a page builder. But imagine that literally flipped upside down. That is commonly what you're going to see like a shop content hub be. And then you have the quiz funnels. And all of this is used to nurture them. And then not only do you have the quiz funnel, you have advertorials and listicles like combined in one, which are fucking sick. I fucked up my speech so many times, and I apologize. Okay, not only do the advertorial listicle, we also have a VSL page that we can send them to. So this is like commonly what you're gonna see. And a lot of this is e-com, so I apologize. Let me like pretend like we're not doing e-com. Okay, then VSL is going to be like, okay, not only just e-com, it's going to be info and a service, and like you can have like a 20-minute video. That's where you're going to see all the fucking gurus that live in Miami that pretend like they aren't gurus, they're implementing through their business model, which they don't, because obviously they make it all through info, because why else would they be doing it? They're going to send you to a VSL that's going to be a ClickFunnels page, and it's going to be like, you need to watch this video to change your life, and it's going to have all these different colors. And then they're going to tell you it's a sales letter in a video form, and they're going to dive into your pain points. They're going to kind of tease the the solution that they've created that's unique, and then they're going to provide social proof, and then they're going to provide objection handling, and they're going to funnel you to buy their shit. And not only that, we have jump page, which is like a very quick like send you to this page. It's a short video or like whatever, and then you click a button and you jump to the page. It's very short. They even have like add to cart flows or something. I think that's what they're called, add to cart flows. Yeah, they're called add to cart flows, add to cart. And it'll be like a really short page that like quickly shows like this like really most aware honestly, but it'll like show like the quick like benefits, whatever, and then we'll have like in supplements you're gonna see like a buy one get one, buy two get two, buy three get three, buy three get three is gonna be in the very middle. They'll always use a CRM like Checkout Champ to do this, and they'll use a page builder and then they'll send you a CRM because it's a lot of like the funnelish guys that are doing this, whatever. But they use a page builder if they're on Shopify, and then okay, etc. All right, that's how we nurture the leads. Okay, sorry, I feel like I'm just rambling, which I am, but I'm passionate about, I don't know, this kind of stuff. I'm passionate about funnels. Okay, then we have closing, and for info and a service-based business, this is more what I mean here. You know, for closing, you're just simply going to have your offer down here for ecom. But for info and a service-based business, the way you close is literally that I've seen the best in the service industry, you know, coming from, I have a fulfillment company. Like, if you guys are wondering what I'm like, what credibility do I have here? We have a fulfillment company. There's a type form application down below. As you can imagine right now, you are actively being nurtured. I am giving you information and I'm nurturing you to be like, oh shit, like Ben kind of knows what he's talking about. He's giving me helpful information for my ecom brand, for my info offer, or for this, whatever, but specifically for info. So you are actively being nurtured. And then my closing for the service is what I always see its best is literally lay out the facts in a way that makes sense and is honest. Because again, the difference between manipulation and persuasion, which again, this is persuasion, is your intent. Let's highlight that word here. Intent. A lot of people, what they'll do with affiliate marketing specifically is they'll do affiliate marketing to services or info offers that don't necessarily work, but they pay the most. And so the difference there is that because you are intentfully trying to make more money and not trying to help, you are henceforth manipulating. Okay? And in order to close at a higher rate, you know, whether it's your service or info offer or whatever, you need to actually believe in the product. And you have to see the results for yourself. See how it's changed people's lives for yourself, right? Whether that's info or like if it's service, how they're able to scale using your service, how they're able to make more money, see more results using your service. It's the intent in which you actually close at a higher rate. That's why you see like life insurance or car salesmen, they have really low closing rates because they know they aren't actually helping people. They're just trying to get their bag off their commission. And so when you're actually closing, you have to believe in the product. You need to close for something that works. You need to nurture for something that works and generate for something that works, because you're going to end up being able to close at a higher velocity because people can see immediately right from wrong. They can see greed from the ungreedy. They can see passion and just someone wanting to make a commission. You can always see it. If you hop on an agency call with an email agency and you can immediately tell they're just talking about money, they don't get hyped, they aren't passionate about their work, right? You can immediately tell what their intent here is, just to make money. They don't really give a fuck about your results, right? Or if you're going to a car dealership and it's like, oh, you don't want this car? How about this car? How about this car? How about this car? What would honestly probably be better is using like a ghost product or like a sacrificial lamb that people commonly call it. Like, if like right now I'm shopping for a G80 M3, like a Comp M3 X-Drive G80, I want like glossy black exterior. I want this nice baby blue or hard like fucking super cool red interior with carbon bucket seats and a fire steering wheel. Okay, that's what I want. I'm most aware for that. I am extremely close to buying one. Okay, now if I went to a car dealership and I was like, hey, I'm looking for this exact spec of a G80. And they start selling me fucking AMGs. We're like, oh, we don't have the G80, but we have the AMG. Which is a completely different car brand, right? We have the Mercedes AMG. Or hey, we don't have this, but we actually have this. You want to make money off me. Instead, it should be like, hey, like, we actually don't have the G80. We have the G80 too, though, you know? Or we have like the, what is the previous Comp M3? F60? I don't know. I hope it's F60. If you guys are car guys, don't make fun of me. But what would be better, honestly, would be like, hey, like, yo, like, I got your contact information. We have your credit card on file. This would be like a gym example, whatever. But like, we actually don't have this product today. You can actually go and get this across the street. It's going to be cheaper there. It's going to be better there. But this creatine monohydrate, get it from us. You know, we have the third party testing. We got it from Korea Pure. Get it from us. But like the vitamin D, the B12, go get that from CVS across the street. It's gonna be cheaper. It's the same concept here with the car dealership. Hey bro, like we don't have the G80. Like we simply don't have one yet. But like we'll put your phone number now. We'll put your phone number down, and when we get a G80, you're gonna be the first person we contact, because you obviously only are interested in the G80. And you know, if you are interested, we have other BMWs, because it seems like you only want a BMW, but just the G80 we don't have, you know. So that's the difference. If this guy wanted to manipulate me, he's like, fuck, bro, like, yeah, like, we don't have any G80s or even, like, any BMWs that you'd be interested in, but, like, we have, like, the McLaren, you know, because the McLaren's just a little bit of a step up, like, the 570S is a little bit of a step up from the G80, you know. You have the McLaren, though. You see what I mean? And so, I think passion and being able to read people, and just, if you get this iffy feeling about somebody, just don't work with them. You know what I mean? Just don't work. And so that will also be the same people in ecom specifically. If you're using a lot of AI creatives, you know what I mean? And people get kind of skeptical because their market's a little bit sophisticated, so they're already a little bit skeptical. And then they see the AI creatives and they go on the website and they don't see any social proof, they don't see any testimonials, they don't see any third-party testing for your supplement, they don't see that it's GMP certified or made in GMP certified laboratory, they don't see that it's non-GMO, vegan friendly. You know, they're just like, oh, I don't want to buy this. Like, I don't really trust it. It's the same thing here with the service. So, this was a video that came out of nowhere that I really wanted to make. And I hate that I have to go edit this. But if this video was helpful for you, and you're not an ecom, then I hope you got something out of it. If you are an ecom, then obviously I nurtured you. And feel free to subscribe, like the video. And if you are already an ecom brand or a dropshipper doing roughly 100 orders a day, if you're doing a little bit less or more, ideally, because then we can work with you more one-on-one. But the more orders you're doing, like the bigger the brand you are, like 200, 300 orders a day, it's like, fuck, like we will put our heart and soul on the line for you to get the best fucking service in the world. And that is me speaking from the heart. I hope like you guys watching this can tell, like, again, I'm talking about someone and their intuition. I honestly believe you can always fucking tell. You can always tell when someone's actually saying what they believe. And the reason someone's able to sell service so much is because they actually fucking love it. They love the service. So, anyways, if this video is helpful for you, feel free to do everything I said, type form, subscribe. And also, on a side note, if you're watching this video and you were like, Ben, you're so jacked, then you need to get more jacked. Okay? Like, that's just like on a side note. You need to get more muscle if you kept looking at my traps, because I know they're huge. You know what I mean? And like my shoulders are super rounded and shit, but like you need to get more muscle. So creatine is going to be really helpful for you guys, creatine monohydrate. And just work out and eat. You know, you don't have to even track your calories crazy. Just do the right shit. But that is all I got for today. Never hop on steroids. Jesus Christ is the savior of the world. And I love all of you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Peace out.